This is Deductor bringing you Cyber Knight's Flashpoint, a game that has come out of early access in June of 2025, having been in early access for years, I think. And it is made by the Trace Brothers, who did the Star Traders game that I did a few videos of a long time ago. And it is just the most incredible game. I pretty much played this exclusively in June, besides the odd Battle Brothers or Against the Storm recordings. This is pretty much all I played. It is so incredible. It is XCOM 2, a little bit XCOM 2, a little bit Invisible Ink, and it's got its own little twist on things. And the updates have just been fast and furious. When it first was in early access, I saw his Steam Deck verified, so I played it on there, but it was very wonky to use on the Steam Deck, and I really didn't like it. But within like less than a week, they had made significant improvements to the Steam Deck experience, and now it plays so great on the Steam Deck, plays great on normal computer, and it's just I have not gotten tired of this game despite like playing it entirely in June, which is incredible for me. I usually get tired of things pretty quickly. So, I think the best way to explain things is to just get into it. So, let us do a new game. By the 23rd century, there are only 112 cities left. It's been 40 years since the eco collapse, 70 since we Q-bombed the last artificial consciousness to death. Now world storms have settled to a record low, and they tell us that peak nanofall has passed. They say things will get better now. But who believes anything that comes from the megacores? Anyone who can hope to afford a better life off-world is trying to get on an orbital or out to the colonies. That's why we're all here, working in the shadows as mercenaries. We want something better too. We're just street-level operators, but not for much longer. You're about to get a Cyber Knight's computer spliced into your spine. It's illegal. It's dangerous. It will change everything. The Megacore created Cyber Knights as the first quantum-secure data couriers. Soon, the cores adapted their cybernetic implants to fight their quiet wars of espionage, sabotage, and murder. These upgraded Cyber Knight quantum riders offered unparalleled processing, coordination, and Q warfare capabilities. But after a few decades, hundreds of knights had deserted or gone rogue. The cores outlawed the cyber and banned the procedure. Remaining knights became the world's elite shadow operators for hire. You're about to go under the knife to one of those implants. We're about to step up into a whole new game. If we build the right team and back the right power players, we could earn enough to buy a reset for the rest of our lives. Chumbo. Won't be easy. Who knows what we might get mixed up in? Probably secrets the syndicates or megacores would kill for. But this is our chance. Let's do this. Okay. Since early access, or since 1.0 or whatever, initial release, they added these starting squads, but I will do the advanced start to customize my team. However, if you want to, if this is your first game, I think these starting squads are quite good. You can choose between a more stealthy approach or a more, let's just say, louder approach. I like the stealthy approach. I think that makes for a more satisfying game. So I'm going to do an advanced start. And then I'm going to customize my knight. I've already prepared everything, but let's just say, let's just go through the choices. So you can select the backstory, and they give various different buffs and their other relationships and so forth. I wouldn't worry too much about the details early on. I will say, though, that if you pick a betrayed detective background, you can get, wow, I'll go to the traits first. Depending on the background you pick, you get different traits. So if I pick the Wasteland Coyote, we get like Phantom Guide, Relentless Tracker, and Retro R819. Whereas if I pick Betrayed Detectives, I have different traits. So Determined Hound, Lasting Injuries, or Core Peacekeeper. I'm going to go all in on the Assault Rifles. So I'm going to pick this Core Peacekeeper, more reaction, Assault Rifle accuracy, ballistic damage. Then I will take more ballistic damage with the trigger by wire trait. Weapons, I will of course go for the assault rifle. I feel like it's the best balance of all of the ranged weapons. Assault rifles. Cybernetics, display link. More range, accuracy, crit chance, crit damage, all that good stuff. Then back to the attributes. Now, attributes, I'm just gonna clear everything out. You got 4 stats, and they all do slightly different things. I personally think reaction is the most important stat, and I think you pretty much always want to max it out, no matter what sort of build you're going for. You get more initiative and move speed. Initiative is so good, especially on your main knight. And the reaction, like, you gotta have like the initiative and the move speed. So maxing out reaction makes sense. Then strength is kind of more melee. Kinetic is melee damage. You also get less recoil, but I don't find that to be that big of a deal. Recoil is like range accuracy, basically. So if you're going some sort of sword, strength could be a good choice. Will, that's kind of like tanking abilities. It's not bad. A little more armor, you can resist some stress. It's not terrible. And then tech is crit chance. Crit chance is amazing in this game. You want crit chance. Damage versus drones. There aren't that many drones in the game. I personally think it's probably optimal to go all in on tech, but I'm gonna balance things out a little bit. I'm gonna try to get up to 5 for everything. I think there are it's usually every 5 you get some bonuses. Yeah. So reaction, you get 1 initiative per 5 reaction. Oh, but these other ones, it doesn't matter so much. Sure, I'll do spread it out, and then you know what? I'm gonna do a little more will, even though I don't think it's actually that good of a stat, but let's do it. Okay, then I already did the traits, the weapons, the talents. You can't actually pick them here. And then appearance, I have already prepared a appearance. Clothes, all right, very good. So I have made a former detective who is now very, very angry at the world, and he's just gonna start massacring things in the most stealthy way possible. Oh, the name, we gotta redo the name. So in honor of, you know, this game really reminds me of the Person of Interest television show from 2015. This is literally that show, but in video game format. So I will name my character. The real name is Deductor. This is like what shows up everywhere else. The other 2 names, they don't really matter. So this is me. We're gonna go around. We're gonna shoot things with maximum effectiveness in the most stealthy way possible. And then you gotta go pick your team. So because I did an advanced start, you can fully customize your team, but this is actually a lot to go through, which is why picking one of the pre-made teams can be a good idea. You have to have a hacker. This guy, Dade, you got 2 choices. You have to have one of these. Hackers are like a core part of your team. So, you know, you got 2 choices. You can read through all these details. They don't really matter that much in terms of starting the game, at least, but it can have like some gameplay effects. We'll stick with this guy, Dade, because I've been playing using Remy a lot. Otherwise, then you have to have a sneak, which is kind of a stealthy character. You can have Emil, who is Vanguard. They are kind of like ninjas almost, or a what's called an Agent X. They are good with SMGs. I feel like Vanguards are way more beginner friendly. They're way easier to use, but Agent X's can be very strong once you get better at the game. I'll just pick the Vanguard. You can't go wrong with that choice. Then the Face. This is a character that doesn't actually do combat, but they sort of handle your squad. They're like Bradford. This is your Bradford, and you can, you know, pick your choices. They all have slightly different stats. They are each slightly better at different things. Like this guy Midnight here, he has the highest persuasion, so he can get a little better pay. Whereas this guy Hayes, this lady rather, she is better at handling, so more stress resist, a little more experience. But they can all kind of do their things. Like they can all do each of the different things. I'm gonna pick Hayes here because I haven't really used her very much. So we'll do that. Then I will have Soldier. The last 2 slots you can pick out of 6 characters. They just added this new class called War Machine, which looks incredible, but you need to like cybernetic implant these characters to be like extra good. So I don't know I want that for this particular playthrough. I'm gonna pick a Soldier. Atana here is that soldiers are just excellent like classes. They're kind of like the infantry of this game from like Long War. They just do very consistent things, minimize RNG. I personally like soldiers a lot, so we'll pick Soldier here, and then I will pick this class called the Scourge. Scourges have a mix of stealth and combat abilities. They have a shotgun, which is extremely powerful in close quarters combat. But they also have a lot of good stealth options. Some of these other classes, like the Gunslinger and the Cybersword, they are also very strong in combat, but they don't, at least, they're not as easy to use when it comes to stealth. Whereas August is very easy. I actually kind of think the Cybersword is not that hard to use for stealth, but you kind of need to combo it with like Vanguard to be maximally effective. Like multi-class, which we're not going to do quite right away. So I think I'll set up something like this. Should be a pretty strong, stealthy squad. I have at least 2 characters with strong stealth options. And then myself and Soldier will be very, very good at fighting as needed. So I got a nice mix here. Then, continue. You got 2 like origins, kind of like in Battle Brothers. Which way you gonna go? Nothing wrong with just doing the recommended starter, the Syndicate Debts. And then after like the first couple missions, everything is just procedural. Not everything, but most missions are procedurally generated. And then they've got these tutorials, which we can go through. Difficulty, they've got, as you can see, tons of difficulties. And you can change it even in a campaign, like it can be adjusted during gameplay. I will pick the highest non-custom difficulty they have. I will say, this game is hard. You should probably start on something like normal or challenging, because it is hard. And it took me quite a while before I got like comfortable enough to play on the higher difficulties. So I will do this. Chrome, I only played a little bit on this difficulty. Could go really poorly, but we'll see. And then I'll start with the tutorial because there is quite a few things to explain with how the game actually plays. Okay, this tutorial aims to teach you the most important gameplay features in 3 stages. If you mess one up, head for the next stage area and the game will clean up behind you, or you can retry or restart mission. To proceed to the story and the start of the game, you must pass all 3 stages and reach the extraction point. Or at any point, you can open the game menu and choose complete tutorial to skip the rest. Yeah. Okay, time to ride. Currently it is your soldier's action. The camera is blocking your path forward. And you'll either need to go around or kill these guards. Initiative order. All characters act in initiative order each turn. Your team will not always act together. The actions will often go back and forth between enemies and friends. When you can, it is helpful to coordinate your squad members' actions in order to act before your enemies. Wait to let enemies move out of the way or into an ambush. You can yield, delay, end turn, or use talents to manipulate the initiative order. It is your soldier's action right now, but you need your vanguard to disable the camera. Press the yield button to allow your vanguard to act first. Okay? Yep, so press it. Vanguard's turn. Each squad member has talents from their character class that gives them special tactical abilities. Later, you can upgrade talents to shorten the recharge period or give yourself additional uses. This is your Anticipation talent, which has 2 ready uses, shown by the blue pips. Use it on the nearest guard to gain an accurate prediction of their next move. Then use your Jam Kit to disable the security camera until the end of the next turn. So, we've got Anticipation, just like in Invisible Ink. You can predict the movement of a guard, but unlike Invisible Ink, only a few classes have access to talents that do this. So not every mercenary can do this. We can see this Vanguard predicted this guard's gonna go that way. Then Jam Kit, this is disabling a device, kind of like hacking a device in Invisible Ink, but you don't have a central computer that does it. It has to be individual mercenaries that do it, and only certain mercenaries have those talents. As a Cyber Knight, you are leading a small squad into areas where you are outnumbered, with more enemy reinforcements on the way if security level rises. Playing hard and moving fast or playing slow and staying undetected are both valid options. It's always smart to use stealth and patience for a tactical advantage. Wait them out. Let the nearest guard lead by using delay for both your characters to reduce your initiative by 10 and act later in the turn. When you're out of action points, it's time to end action to roll initiative for the next turn and refresh their 6 action points. Or kill them. Or you can take him down, but be careful to start an attack with enough action points to finish the job. Yep, so we're gonna delay. We can see the initiative up here, just like in Battle Brothers, right? But, unlike in Battle Brothers, you can theoretically delay or wait multiple times. Alright, this guard is going away. Excellent. Smart. Attacking that guard while the other guard was watching would have alerted both of them. Now there's only one guard left. You can try to get past him by using your Vanguard's talents, but if he spots you, then try to kill him before the end of the turn to prevent him from reporting to the security AI. Kill before end of turn. If an enemy becomes suspicious, spots you, or survives an attack, they will add security tally here. When an enemy adds security tally, it appears here along with any other tally created this turn in yellow. The enemy's yellow tally can still be cancelled by killing the enemy before they finish their report to security AI. Blue tally is locked in from previous turns. Okay, this security tally is very similar to in Invisible Ink, the what was it called? Like the escalation level. I forgot what the term is in Invisible Ink, but it's the same concept where if it reaches the next level, something bad will happen, and it can keep going up. There are a lot more levels in this game than Invisible Ink, so you gotta watch the tally, but it's inevitable that it will increase. And the effects are unpredictable. I think Invisible Ink, it was like you always knew what would happen, but not in this game. So, we might just kill him, but we probably will. I probably will kill him. I am gonna hide behind these little things here. So I did something called crouch to sneak into position, and I'm just gonna end my turn. I'm gonna kill this thing next turn. So that, welcome to turn 2. Everyone's action points have refreshed and a new initiative order has been established. Even if you're avoiding detection by the guards and security devices, most facilities are overseen by security AI. Yeah, I thought you already explained that stuff. Okay, so I get to go ahead of this guard. I can shoot him 95%. That's pretty good, but I can apply this thing called a marker sight to debuff him with even less evasion. You'll notice in the upper right corner, the game explains how it's calculating these numbers. So I'm getting a base 70% accuracy, but because he's surprised, I get another 25%, and then he's got a debuff. This crit is pretty self-explanatory, but don't worry about the armor shred right now. So I'm gonna open fire. and then it's only 85%. But because my accuracy is at least 60% for this weapon, I'm guaranteed to at least do a little damage. Can I get there? I might. Okay. What I'm gonna try to do is let my other character go. Yes. Shoot him with a silenced pistol. Very satisfying. And that way I can get to the extraction site. And turn. Hopefully, yep, that's enough. Welcome to stage 2, where we will go over combat. Your Vanguard tutorial and will sneak off for now, but will return for stage 3. All classes can fight, but combat specialists like your soldier have many talents to give them an edge. First, let's get you into position. There's a lot more fighting in this game. Like, it's not like Invisible Ink where it's very stealthy. All characters operate by line of sight. When you're sneaking, half-height objects like barricades or crates will block an enemy from seeing you, as shown by the yellow lines in their vision cone when you hover over them. You can hover over the enemy robo-guard to see how the barricades and other objects affect their vision. Sneaking versus sprinting. To avoid being seen in the yellow of an enemy's vision cone, stay sneaky. Most enemy types can also hear you. When you're sprinting, you move further per AP, but you make a lot more noise. Both kind of actions generate recoil, which impact your accuracy for any attack this turn. I'll go back and forth between sneaking and sprinting to see the movement alerts for sight and sound. Then switch to sneaking and move behind this barricade to get into position to take out this robo-guard. Okay. This one, yep. So we can just sneak our way up there. You could, like, sprint part of the way before it can see you, and then sneak up. So this way I save myself an action point. Doesn't really matter for the tutorial, but it can matter for other things. The half shield you saw when moving here indicates you have low cover from any attack coming past this object. Low cover gives a unit 25% protection subtracted from their attacker's accuracy. Hard cover, which is indicated by a full shield, offers 50% protection. Attack accuracy. When you target a guard, a summary of accuracy percent, crit percent, and enemy's armor percent, and potential damage flashing white dealt by the attack are shown directly over your target. Your current action points are shown as yellow pips, and the flashing ones indicate their action point cost of the attack. Many factors impact your accuracy, which you can see in the accuracy breakdown in the top right. With many weapons, so long as your accuracy above a certain percentage, you will always score a glancing hit, which guarantees some damage. Firing on an unaware enemy grants plus 25% accuracy for surprise. Attacking from high ground can grant 10 to 15% accuracy. Repeated attacks against the same target gain the focus fire bonus, which negates any recoil penalty for the second attack and any more attacks. You have a recoil penalty from moving this turn. Use your soldier's iron grip talent to remove it and then attack this enemy. Yep, so we can see we got the 24% recoil, but if I use iron grip, this is a talent that reduces recoil by 12, and I gain some extra damage as well. And then if I shoot again, got him. Bullseye. Let's try some other techniques on this second robo-guard. Sight lines. As you plan movement, you'll see thin color lines connecting your movement target to any enemies in the area. These sight lines indicate line of sight and attack range. A blue line indicates you are in range to attack and have line of sight. Gray is in line of sight but out of range, and red indicates the enemy has line of sight to your position. Your weapons have different noise levels. Each enemy hover shows this icon. This yellow icon if they would hear you firing your weapon from your planned movement destination. Try it out. This display changes lives as you plan your movement. Cornering. If you move your character into cover close enough to a corner, you'll see blue line of sight indicator wherever your character is able to automatically step out of cover to fire at an enemy. This is cornering. Often, when cornering, your target may not be able to fire back without moving. Try cornering at this location to gain an asymmetric firing line at your target. So it's basically like in XCOM, the step out mechanic. Well played. This position is to your advantage. Your enemy can't shoot you without moving. Target your enemy, attack. See how cornering lets you step out, in and out of cover to attack. Oh, okay, it wants me to attack despite the terrible accuracy. Oh, still hit. Okay. Is it time for the Overwatch tutorial yet? Or what if I use the pistol? It's probably not time for the Overwatch tutorial. I swapped to a pistol. I don't know what would happen in the tutorial if you did something like that. Boom boom. You may have noticed these tutorial bots are just for target practice. Ready for one that shoots back? Perform a tactical reload, continue to the final stage. Welcome to stage 3, where we will go over our final mechanics. First, we're going to fake a security escalation for tutorial purposes. Usually, when the security tally fills up, the security AI gets a chance to take an action against you and your team. These actions, called escalations, usually start small but ramp up in power and threat quickly. The most dangerous escalation is calling reinforcements. Reinforcements will be directly dispatched by the security AI to investigate recent security events or just sent into the area to patrol and search for trouble. Use every advantage you have as a fast-moving heist team. Try to keep moving so that reinforcements or other dispatch security are always one step behind you, investigating where you were but aren't anymore. Over these final turns, keep an eye on this guard. Try to wrap up stage 3 quickly enough so that this one doesn't catch up to you. Now for the problem at hand. You'll encounter a variety of security devices trying to detect intruders like yourself. Some, like laser mesh or proximity mines, can even damage you. Security devices can only be disabled by certain talents, items, or by hacker characters that infiltrate a facility's matrix systems. Unfortunately, there's nothing your soldier can do about this one except walk through it. Crossing the mesh will cause damage, and a security event that the security AI will want someone to investigate. Alright, so we'll cross it and take some damage. Ouch, maybe not enough damage to need to patch shit up, but each character's equipped items are shown on their talent bar in an orange tint. Grenades, medkits, traps, utility items, and more. You can change which items your characters bring with them to a mission, or restock, purchase new ones in the safe house. Look at your items and heal if you need to, then move up to the next set of barricades. Your items are automatically shown on your talent bar in orange hue. Items can be used in preview like any other talent. If you use any of the item charges, the item will be consumed at the end of the mission. So I don't have enough AP to heal anyway, plus it's such a small amount of damage. Not gonna worry about it. For tutorial purposes, we're gonna set up another encounter to show off 3 final concepts: alert status, full auto, and armor shredding. This first guard just spotted your soldier. The second is momentarily looking away. Your vanguard has slipped around these guards without being seen to demonstrate how alert status is individual to each character and enemy. As your vanguard is currently hidden and has not been spotted by an enemy, she still has the advantage to surprise, plus 25% accuracy. Alert status. Each enemy has an independent alert status. This guard is alerted because he has seen your soldier. Prediction talents like anticipate and distractions like lure no longer work on him. This guard is unaware, and as he has not seen you. If he hears gunfire, finds a dead body, or receives orders from the security AI, he will become suspicious. Your squad members each have their own alert status. Hidden or suspected characters, ones that haven't recently been spotted, get a surprise bonus, plus 25% accuracy on their attacks. Now for full auto and armor shredding. Full auto. Assault rifles, urban ARs, and SMGs can switch from burst fire to full auto to fire more bullets and or hit multiple targets. It costs more AP and chews up ammo twice as fast, but can deal more damage. We've toggled on full auto for you. You can now see the 2-hit chances on both enemies within your weapon's firing arc. Damage is spread as evenly as possible between all targets. Armor provides a basic amount of damage reduction against most weapons. Nanomaterial adaptive armor provides additional protection points. the number over the shield icon. That increases its damage reduction significantly, from 22 to 65% in this case. Every attack has a chance to shred armor and reduce its protection points. Some weapons, shotguns, blades, e-rifles, have a higher armor shred percent chance. Other weapons, sniper rifles, revolvers, railguns, cause pure damage, which is not affected by the armor's damage reduction. Alright, so the game wants us to burst fire. Well, before we do that, why don't we apply the marker sight so that we're more accurate. Notice how the accuracy, this one, the guard that is alerted, the armored guard, we're not getting the plus 25% surprise bonus. This other guard is looking away, so it would be surprised. And the percentages are calculated independently. So it's more complicated than like XCOM 2 in terms of how the stealth mechanics work. It's like a proper stealth game. But it's also not a pure stealth game. It's not like Invisible Ink, where you can, the less you fight, the better. This game, you pretty much have to fight, so it's a bit of both. Anyway, we're gonna do that full auto. We got one of them. Let's try hitting this other one. Miss. Okay. And turn. Now I can engage this ability called Silence to move silently, so this guard would not be alerted. Then run up, hack away with the sword. Guards are both down. Move to the nearby lockbox. You'll find a red key inside, which is needed to open a nearby door. Okay, we're gonna get that key. Lockers like these can contain valuable gear, keycards, crafting blueprints, and other loot. Click on the loot box once you are close to open it. You won't be able to use items you find without getting back to your safe house first to unseal them. However, any keycards you find are for use within the current mission. Once you've grabbed the red key, move to the central control terminal to the left of the door and activate it to open the door. The key is a digital signature, so any character can use it, not just the ones who picked it up. Alright, so there's a red key. There's also a shock mine. That's a nice item. But we can't use it yet. The first time you click on a door panel, or lock box or terminal, sets a movement destination to it. Once you've arrived, click on it again to use it for free. 0 action point costs. Yep. Uh-oh, we're gonna cheat and let this guard get the jump on you. They're about to cover your position with Overwatch. Just like some of your squad members, many enemies can use the Overwatch ability to cover an area and automatically take reaction shots against any enemy that moves or tries to attack from within the area. Yep. Watch out, just like your soldier's Overwatch talent, enemies can get 1 to 2 free reaction attacks against you if they have enough action points. Ambushing your enemies is deadly. Delay or yield to let your other squad member try to take this enemy out. Any damage will cancel Overwatch. Or check your soldier for a talent that cancels enemy Overwatch. Okay, so we will yield. None of these cancels Overwatch, I don't believe. I have a grenade. Oh, marker sights cancel Overwatch. Whoops, I already used it. That's fine. Let's see, is there any place I can go to get like... Ooh, yes, line of sight from back here. He can't seem to see me. Oh, never mind. Oh, the game, you may be shot. Whoops. Well, that's not good. I'm messing up this tutorial quite a bit, huh? I will counter Overwatch you. Are you still on Overwatch? No. So I'm gonna... You know what? I am gonna shoot you once with the pistol. Yeah, I'll shoot you twice with the pistol. Alright. Guard is coming, but we are gonna get out of here soon enough. Extraction. When reaching an extraction point, team members can each extract individually. Once a team member extracts, they cannot return to the level. They can no longer be seen or attacked by enemies, nor assist allies in need of help. Extract your team members to move on to the beginning of your story in Cyber Knight's Flashpoint. Alright, so this is the tutorial, and it just explains the basic concepts, but there is an actual tutorial mission, like a real mission, with the characters you actually picked at the start of the campaign. Hayes, are you sure you want to go through with this, Deductor? The time for that has passed. We took the loan from the D cartel, signed it in blood. Hayes, I know, just seemed right to ask, one last time. We're moving all the pieces into place. 3 days ago, day of Cyber Knight's operation. Hayes, Dr. Ekman is at the Ultratech AUG clinic now. You're scheduled for the spinal surgery at midnight. Right bribes have been paid, and the floor will be clear. No one will be watching. Hayes, the quantum computer implant surgery kills people. If I don't... Hayes, the team will clear the rooftop. Our hover truck exit is at 3 a.m. sharp. Deductor, just listen to me. If I don't make it, don't wait around for the D cartel to frag you too. Try to get them to your people in Atlanta. Hayes, I'm not talking about it, but I won't leave them. You wouldn't. You're going to be on the rooftop at 3 a.m. I guess you'll be strapped to a stretcher, so you won't have much to say. So shut up and take those meds exactly on schedule. You've got a big night coming up. Emil, it's almost 0300. Anybody coming? At Tana, we've just reached the rooftop. Hayes, the plan is right on schedule. Stay patient and let's do this right. Hayes, your time to shine, Vanguard. Help those two get clear of the remaining patrols. Dade, sorry to cut in, but I'm running digital overwatch here on the Ultratech Clinic's Matrix. Hayes, hacker, make it quick. I don't know what happened, but something just flipped. Encrypted traffic in and out of the clinic just went up tenfold, and the ICs are locking down the firewalls. Hayes, then we've got trouble. You all heard that. This was looking like a nighttime strobe, but now we're on the clock. Get sharp. We stick to plan A. Deductor is coming to the rooftop. At Tana. Plan A it is. Emil, it's your lead. But if it isn't working, then we go loud. For help getting started, check out the gameplay help section, yada yada. Okay. Use Emil's anticipation to predict enemy movement. Use your lure to draw enemies to a specific point. And your silence talent allows you to sneak and kill targets. And your jam kit talent can knock security devices offline temporarily. Yes, I know about all this. So we will deal with that in a bit. We've got 2 guards. When I was very first time playing this, I was trying to figure out how can you sneak by these guards entirely without killing them. But that's not the right way to think about this game. It's more like in XCOM 2, you want to set up a stealth ambush and kill them. Except you can do it over and over again and not just one time. That is the right way to think about this game. So I could lure this guard back there, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait and see what they do. And I kind of already know what they're gonna do, but let's use the anticipate on maybe this guard here. So this one's gonna move to the left, and I have another charge, and anticipate will regenerate itself in 5 turns, but I don't need to use it right away. Let's delay and set things up. There's also a camera. We could disable it, but there's no real need, right? We could just like go around the camera. So we're gonna go around. Yeah, I don't want to get heard. I'm gonna save an action point here. Delay. And then as a soldier, ooh, I'm a lot louder apparently. Where do I have firing arcs? Over there. I'm just gonna move like this for now and see what the guards do. You generally want to hit the guards after they've taken their movement so they can't like attack you or anything. All right, so we've got a number of options now. What I could do is try to lure this guard back there, but I don't see that that would be to my advantage. I have a sword. Oh, I don't get the power slice? Really? If I run up, it will be able to hear me. I could, of course, shoot it many times with the pistol to drop it, but running up with the sword is probably the best bet. These two are moving very slowly. So what I could do is I could use silence, run up, and then I will actually attack it next turn because I don't have enough to kill him this turn. I thought this guard had a... you know what? Yeah, we're gonna set up the ambush for next turn. So I'm going to use the jam kit to disable this laser wall because it's stable until the end of next turn, so we'll still be able to use it then. And then if I end my turn a little earlier, I get a little more initiative. Really? My initiative min-rolled? That's not great. We can do the confusion on this guard. Don't want to fire this turn. Where can I go to get... Okay. Sometimes these cameras will rotate, but I don't particularly care. We need to be able to... Ugh, the shots are so bad. I'm gonna do the marker sites for a little more accuracy. For next turn, most debuffs last multiple turns. Wow, everyone's moving so slow. That's unusual. Usually your mercenaries are so quick. Okay, a reinforcement spawn. That's a problem. Okay, these two guards are being foolish. We've got options now. We've got very good options. I want our soldiers to do the work, if at all possible. And notice if I swap to the assault rifle, all three guards, including the one all the way out there, will hear me. That is not ideal. Is there any place... I would have to go like all the way over here to not be heard. That might be necessary. You know what? I changed my mind. The shotgun, is there any... Oh, if I go here... Yes. Only 2 will hear me. Glancing hit guaranteed because I'm close. Excellent. Alright, so that's that one down. This guard is now suspicious, and the security tally is very high because they keep hearing that gunfire. But if I were to delay my action, and I hit this guard with the sword twice, notice how all the security tally went away because I've killed the guard that would report ing. Got a biorecycler, pasting a dossier, some loot. All the loot is randomized. So this is the core of the stealth mechanic. Unlike Invisible Ink, where as soon as you're detected, the security tally goes up. In this game, what you want to do is you want to try to kill the guards before they can report ing. And if you do that, that is the proper way to stealth this game. You want to like set up tactical ambushes across the map so that when the guards do stuff, they don't notice it. Or if they do notice it, you have to kill them at the end of this turn. And that's how you like keep the security from getting out of control. Oh, why will I be... Oh, the guard is close enough to hear me already. Okay, if they hear you, it will increase the tally. Unlike Invisible Ink, pretty much any sort of detection will increase the AI's notice of you. So you do have to be a little careful. They should be slow enough that can do something like this. All right, the device is back. Let's move. Just spend one of my action points. Move. All right, this guard is coming along. The Scourge has an ability called Dissolve, which can remove a body. You'll notice that this dead body, it says body timer will expire in 2 turns, and someone will come looking. And it increases the security tally when that happens. But if you dissolve the body and remove it off the field, the AI will never notice. It'll never cause a problem. I don't know how far that guard can move, but he's very slow on the initiative order, so we should be fine. Move up, I'm gonna dissolve this other body. This ability has a super long cooldown, which makes sense. Oh right, there's a door, I gotta click on the door to open it. Somebody else can go grab that lockbox. I need to go here and grab the lockbox all the way in the upper left because I'm the only one with the Vanguard is the only one that can disable those devices. Okay, so that should be enough damage to kill him. I could also just set up an Overwatch. But I think just shooting the guard will do. Let's yield our action in case we need to run out and help. Yep, we're gonna apply the marker sights. Maximize that damage. Very good. I'm actually tempted to dissolve this body and just let this one trigger because there will be reinforcements coming later, and dead body there is not as problematic as a dead body there, I don't think. I can't like dissolve all the bodies, so you know what? I'm gonna let that dead body do its thing. And then I'm gonna run around the map. I know there's the objective, but first we're gonna run around the map and get all the loot. Switch to sprint. Disable until end of next turn. We should be fine. Oh, okay. The security services are gonna escalate. So now something bad is gonna happen. I guess we're gonna find out. More devices turned on. Oh, and then they spotted August. Ah, I was not close enough. Annoying. Alright. I should have dissolved that other corpse I should have thought about the escalations and whatnot, but it's fine. Little extra security tally is something I can deal with. Some more loot. Hold on. Disable the pressure plate. Activate silence to go quick. I hate walking into a camera, but I don't really want to, like, wait. The security tally also increases. Ooh, got a dazzler. Very nice. It also increases passively, so best not to waste time. The Scourge has an ability called Biomimic, which lets them avoid the cameras, but we can also just, like, actually avoid the cameras. Something like that. Okay, these cameras have a little dead spot, but best to hide behind cover. Oof, not quite. Trying to figure out the best place to go. These cameras, if you notice, there's a tiny little dead spot. If I stand right on the dead spot, that might be the best way to go. Like, oh, but I can't move far enough. Okay, let's just hide back here. Really? The camera's still gonna be annoying like that? Okay. I need to reload the weapon. I am considering just triggering the security. I can't disable it, and disabling could be useful. Honestly, it's not so bad. Okay. So now, if I move the Scourge up, you'll see a cutscene. Dade, not good, not good. Hey, spit it out, Dade. We've got Ultratech military-grade encrypted comms piping in. A bird is coming down on the rooftop. It is a fraggant Ultratech response team. Hayes, by hell, we're made. Someone talked. Emil, get down. Here they come. Hayes, we're going to Plan B here. The doctor and I are heading to the basement, and we'll take the cargo truck out of the building. Emil, we'll just quietly go back the way we came. They've interfaced with the building security. The rooftop is on lockdown, and the elevator gates are closed. Hayes, working on it. Dade, I've got something. Schematic show an old panel on the second rooftop elevator. It's an old TX-80 interface. Wow, that's older than I am. Ancient enough that we can spoof the protocol. They wisely disconnected it from the network, so you have to get close enough to tap the trunk line and relay the signal to me. August, on our way now. Those birdmen spread out really fast. Emil, but they don't know we are here. That won't last, but we've got to use it to our advantage while we can. We have a momentary advantage of stealth against the Ultratech response team, which we can use or just go quickly with guns blazing. We just need to get at least one team member inside the area near the TX-80. Then we need to hold the area to give Dade a full 2 turns to work. Okay, now it's a lot more interesting. I can't really run through here without unfortunately getting spotted. Now, you have a disorient. It's not a bad idea to disorient this guard. Now he can't see me. What we could do is see what the guard does. Because it would be super ideal to just dash over. We could also dash over this way. So there's like 2 possible ways we can do this. I also do like the idea of disabling this camera. It's going to cause such like problems. Let's see what they do. It wouldn't even be crazy to just kill this guard and make it run for it. With a stealthy weapon, of course. So let's... If I could yield and let Emil go first, I would, but... We'll delay. Same deal, we'll delay here. I wanted to anticipate. Okay. He's gonna go look into a corner. That is fine. Ooh. Actually, wait, what? I didn't hit him with the lure? Well, that's... Or does... If you're disoriented, maybe you can't be lured. I should have thought about that. Waited and just lured this guard that way. That would have been the correct move. Okay, that disorient was a little too aggressive. I thought about it a bit more. It's fine. Let's run out. Disable the camera. Yeah, this one's gonna cause some trouble now. Okay, that guard's doing nothing. This one's coming down. We might be able to deal with that. Problem is this guard's gonna be real. Okay, he's going back. So that could be our opportunity when he goes back. Just gonna wait. Okay. Okay, just gonna let the guards do their thing. Hey, I've got one more trick up my sleeve. I wasn't just sitting on my hands while you all prepared for this hospital run. I did some poking around in case things got hot. Hey, it's officially heating up. What do you have? Hey, the Ultratech team has locked the network down pretty hard, but I have my claws into the security relay node still, so I can route their SenseNet traffic to dead end for a minute before they shut me down. If you have a dust up with the Ultratech attack response, I can keep it off security AI's radar once. In advance of jobs and heists, we can stack up planned leverage, which can help us pull off our objectives. We can gain leverage by working our network, paying bribes, calling in favors, or completing preemptive hacking tasks. We can check our leverage under the phone menu in the upper left. Dade has provided a blip leverage that can let us clear out potential security tally, yellow marks on one turn. Okay. Ugh! Okay, Emil got spotted. Yeah, that's not great, but he didn't get to attack, so we've got options, which is not quite as accurate. But let's let's let this one go away first before we do anything. So we'll delay our action. I am going to apply the marker sight on the one we're definitely going to kill, but we're still going to delay the action. Good. Alright. Now, got a pistol. We are outside the optimal range. So let's get a little closer. Like maybe right there. Right there. Can even do a bio-coated bullet. But I think we're just gonna try to kill it. What's the movement? Omega or Upso? Upso is very slow. He's disoriented. He has 9 initiative. So Beta is pretty quick, but I think we should be alright. 85%. I want. Oh right, I can't delay action anymore. Alright, that should be enough damage. August, keep moving aggressively. 13 initiative, that's enough. Okay, Emil. You can run up. Slice this thing with your sword. And then, no reason to trigger the camera unnecessarily. Let's go over there. Okay, that camera spotted a dead body. What else happened? Escalation, +1 tally per turn. So the security systems are really going to heat up. But that is not our problem. At Tana. I'm here, but this equipment looks pretty hardened. Dade, I'm patching now. Just stay close to the TX-80. I'll show you what I can do. At Tana, I hope you're not all talk, Dade. At least one merc needs to stay in this zone until Dade gets the force gate lowered. Okay. We're just gonna run like the wind. Their guards are all the way off doing something else. You don't get experience from killing guards, like it's not like XCOMing that way. It's more like Invisible Ink. Oh, and then I can use my leverage, blip, erase 4 of those security escalations. So now that should make sure that we don't get too crazy. Alright, there was a slight bug there where it showed it the wrong way, but Yeah, one more turn, and then it's over. Alright, this guard is finally alerted, but it's too late. Dade, as promised, your exit. Atana, I didn't think you were gonna pull it off. Atana Mathan has new respect for Dade's technical support chops. Positive relation for him. Alright, everybody get to the elevator. And extract. Emil, the elevator is engaging. We're out of here. You took that TX-80 out, Dade. Hayes, the Doctor has exited the building in the cargo truck. You all know your exits. Get to them. I want a strict 24-hour dust-off period. Don't you dare bring an Ultratech tail back to our safe house. We also stole some of the medical nano-stitch on the way out of the facility, so any injury times or wounds you may have suffered fighting have been immediately healed. In the future, know that taking more than 20% of your hit points in a single hit can require downtime to heal. Alright, this is the actual proper tutorial mission. You don't really get any money from it, but you do get experience and whatnot. And then I did loot all of these extra things from those chests, those loot containers. It's pretty random what you can get, but I noticed we got a shock mine and a dazzler. These are like amazing consumable items. They stun enemies. Stuns are like the best crowd control in the game. And these items are pretty hard to get early game. Later on, like once you get the right contacts, you can buy like infinite numbers of them. But early on, you can't. So they're super valuable. Anyway, continue to the safe house. Hayes, everything is finally quiet. That was a mess, but you all did well. We got the Doctor out of there safely. August, are we in the clear? Hayes, for the moment, we are. The safe house is operationally secure. Atana, what's our next move? We go dark and we wait. We're not doing anything until the Doctor is back on his feet. August, how long will it take the Doctor to recover? Hayes, not as long as you might think. Dade, they probably dumped a gallon of patch and stitch nano down in there. You know he is flying high on all the medis. Emil, they said a week back at the clinic. Even that gray stitch gunk can't fix a spinal slice that fast. Dade, someone sold us out back at the odd clinic. Emil, there had to be a snitch. That Ultratech hit squad didn't find us on its own. Hayes, I'm not trying to sow distrust here. If it was one of you, then I'm sure we'd all be dead already. August, you're right about that. Otherwise, their goons wouldn't have showed up so late or so underprepared. Someone was trying to make a late buck. Hayes, there has to be a trail, but we can't let Ultratech catch us sniffing around. Dade, there are lots of ways we can be discreet. Every action has an echo in the Matrix. We can choose to send a merc out into the field on legwork. These non-job tasks are field operations such as casing a joint, following a target, investigations, and more. We need to pick our legworks carefully as each has its own risk and rewards. Our chance of success will be based on the merc's traits, backstory, and history. Backstory and history. Once a merc is committed to a lit work, they will not become available for a job again until it is complete, so we need to avoid overcommitting. So Hayes, if we're careful, we might be able to pick up the snitch's trail without attracting more Ultratech attention. So we can see what our options are. So I could send Dade to do this hacking and try to figure out what happened. It will take 3 days. And if we succeed, we get the whistleblower. But if we fail, although we get the whistleblower's identity, we also gain 20 heat. On this high difficulty, like if you're a lower difficulty, you should by all means do this. The heat you can manage, but I really do not want to deal with that. Like the first couple missions can be real sensitive, and I don't want any extra heat on this squad. So 67%, not exactly the best of chances. I'm not gonna bother with this. So I'm not gonna do this light work. Emil, what about our base? Hayes, we settle in this irradiated trash heap for a few good reasons. It's well hidden and there is room to expand. Once the Doctor is back on his feet and the Quantum Rider is up and running, we can get enough quantum jamming and countermeasures in place to hide a sizable operation. Emil, so it's time to start cleaning it out. Our safe house is our base of operations, refuge, and the hub of all of our team's operations. We need money and time to build it out, but the first step is to clean rooms and prepare for upgrades. Alright, so Hayes, no comms in and out. Now we wait. Atana. See you all at the shooting range then. Running a heist team requires judicious planning. While you are waiting for the Doctor to recover, you can start preparing your mercenary base for the next phase by cleaning 2 rooms. Once you've scheduled those tasks, advance the timeline with the play button in the top left. And then talks about tutorial. So cleaning a room. The first step of building your new safe house is to clean out some of the rooms. Nothing can be built until a room is clean. To start cleaning tasks, select the room and activate the clean function. It costs some time and money. Without upgrading your command HQ, you can only run 2 concurrent tasks. Clean this room too. Because your command HQ allows you to run 2 concurrent tasks, you can start cleaning this room as well. I'm actually not going to do what the game quite suggests. I'm going to clean the closest room, but I'm also going to clean this other one to the right of the elevator. That just makes the most sense. The ones further away are slightly more annoying to use. Okay, so we've got all this other stuff, but we will have to cover that in another episode in the next video. So thank you for watching. Until next time.